All right, our lesson today is lesson 9. Remember to have your notes available and to keep them organized so you can look back at them later. Here we go. This one is a review. We're just going to make sure everyone gets this before we move on further. And that's just practicing the subtraction algorithm. And remember that that word algorithm just means the steps we always follow. Okay? So when we're subtracting, it's very, very important to remember that 10 $1 bills makes one $10 bill. Or if you don't want to think of it as money, 10 ones makes one 10 column or stick like you used in the base 10 blocks. Also remember that 10 $10 bills makes one $100 bill. Okay, if you need to write that down, write it down, but this is like key information here. Okay, when we subtract, sometimes you have to borrow. If I was subtracting $524 minus $58, 4 take away 8 is not possible. If you have 4 of something, you can't take away 8 of them. So we need to regroup. So what we need to do is look at our 2 and our 4 here. 24 is really 2 10s and 4 1s. Okay? What we're going to do is take one of our 10s and take it apart. And if we take apart a 10, that makes 10 more 1s. Okay? 10 plus 4 makes 14 1s total, which is why we put that little 1 there, because now I have 14 1s and only one 10. So now I do 14 minus 8, which I can do, that is 6. Now here I am again with a 1 minus a 5. I can't take away 5 from only 1. So I have to think of 510 as 500s and 110. We're going to borrow the same way. Let's break up one of the hundreds and make it 10 10s. Okay, that was on the first slide. So now 10 plus 1 makes 11 10s, and we only have 4 hundreds. Now I can do this. 11 minus 5, that's also 6, and 4 minus nothing is 4. So this would be $466. Okay, so we're going to do a couple more together, and then you have to write some down in your notes, and we'll be done. So if we're looking at this we're going to do it the same way. 6 minus 4, I can do that. Don't have to regroup for that. That's just going to be a 2. But 4 minus 6, you can't do that. So I'm going to think of my 340 as 3 hundreds and 4 10s. Break up 100 and add the 10 10s on down here. Okay? 14 minus 6 is 8. And 2 minus 2 is 0, so that would just be 82. Write down as many examples as you need to write down in your notes. All right. Ones with a lot of zeros are kind of tricky. You can, when you have to regroup this, you can think of it 2 different ways. You can think of 600 as 600s, 0 10s, 0 1s, or you can think of 600 as 60 10s. Okay? There's 2 different ways to solve it, but the same answer. If you were to think of 600 as 6 hundreds, you'd break down 100 and make that 10 10s, then break that down and make that 10 1s with only 9 10s left. Maybe that was too fast, but I don't think that way is the fastest way to do it, and it can get confusing. You can lose track of which ones you're regrouping. I preferred to think of it as 60 10s, so I'm going to regroup my 60 10s into 59 10s, and then my extra 10 is going to go there. Okay? So I regrouped my 60 10s into 59 10s, took my extra 10 and broke it down into 10 1s. Then I can just subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 2 is 7, 5 minus 1 is 6. Whoa. 5 minus 1 is not 6. 5 minus 1 is 4. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay. Whichever way you're more comfortable doing when it comes to the ones that have a lot of zeros at the end, do that, okay? And here are your practice problems, or your notes. Please do $500 minus $63. Please don't forget your label. And please also do 203 minus 47.